Okay, so you guys have got to stop making AI UGC videos without an agentic OS if you want to create UGC videos that actually convert and actually look real, just like this one.
As someone who is constantly burnt out, if I have to swallow one more giant, I just switched to this premium gummy and adaptogen blend, so...
And yes, that was made 100% with AI, and I'll show you the full thing at the end of the video. So first, you need to understand that before we had this agentic UGC operating system to generate videos on, you needed 5 different tools, and all of them had 0 shared context. So you need something to generate characters, you need something to generate scripts, another to generate voiceovers, another to generate the videos. And it was just hundreds of different subscriptions, each costing their own amount per month, and the context was lost between every single app. So it just became a headache just to make one single good UGC video. And it's like, why can't things just be a lot more simple? So I spent hundreds of hours, literally hundreds of hours, guys, creating this UGC operating system, which is one full app that literally makes the process of making a AI UGC video so easy. So what's the benefits of having one of these UGC OSs? And you're going to see in a moment exactly why, but all the context is stored. So every single tool has that context ready to use, and you only have to enter it once. 0 drift. So you'll have the same character, the same product, the same everything in every single scene. So that means you always have consistent characters and products. And then finally, agent handle. So each tool feeds the next. So there's no copying and pasting between the apps and trying to find this file and then trying to find this image. No, everything is in this one ecosystem, and it just makes everything insanely clutch. So here's a process that we'd follow when creating these AI UGC ads. But as you can tell, there's 7 steps here, and each of these used to take so much time and used to be so tedious to do manually. But watch how quickly I'm going to complete all of them within my UGC OS, and by the end, we'll have this full AI UGC ad that we created in literally minutes. This is an absolute game changer. So step 1, we have to insert our product into the bank. So let me show you how to do that. So here's your bank. This is where everything lives. This is where all your products are stored in the app. And it's the same with characters, scripts, B-rolls and voices. But let's just go to the products and let's drag in one of our products. So let's make an ad for these daily wellness gummies. So I'm going to go ahead and drag and drop this into the bank. And what it's going to do is you can see this extracting icon. And what this extracting icon is going to do is it's going to automatically use AI to extract all the details about the product for us. So you don't even have to go into Claude and say, yo, can you please give me some context about this product? And no, you just drag and drop and it extracts it. Simple. And bang, just like that, if I click into it, it's already filled out all these parameters with all the context I need to generate things like scripts and B-roll using this product. So it's absolutely amazing. So let's tick that off. Next, we got to generate our AI character. So I'm going to go to the characters tab. And as you can tell, I've kind of turned creating these UGC characters into a game where you can literally fill in each individual parameter to customize how they look and the scene they in and the pose they do, and as well as the camera. Obviously, we want it to be UGC, so these settings are currently filled in as is. But let's say for those wellness gummies, let me go into my character preset and let me scroll through my bank of my currently available ones. And I'm going to pick on, let's just say this Marie. And then I can go through and see if everything matches the target market I want to do for this product, which they're probably a bit younger. So 25 to 30 over here. I want the ethnicity to be, let's say, South African. Shout out South Africa. We're in Cape Town right now. Distinguishing marks. I don't want it to have a scar, so let's take that off. Let's change her eyes to blue, and it would make sense for her to be in the kitchen. And yeah, you guys can go through all these parameters and design your character. And yeah, it makes it super simple. Then I'm going to go into here. I can use any model, but I like GPT Image 2 for generating these models. So I'm going to click 9x16, 1K, and I'm going to click on Generate Character. And as you can tell, it is running. And while this is generating, another way, if you're too lazy to fill in all these things, you can just literally drag in a reference image and it will literally fill out all the parameters based on that reference image. And bang, just like that, it's automatically filled out all these parameters based on that image. So yeah, that's if you're lazy. And bang, there's my UGC character that just came back, and I'm going to go and save it to my bank, and boom, automatic saves to my bank. And if I go back to my bank, there she is. Like guys, this is absolutely insane. So step 2 done. let's go in step 3 where I'm going to reverse engineer an ad. So I'm going to go into Ad Analyzer. I'm going to click on New Analysis. Then I've got a couple ads here that are saved from the Meta ad library. And if I just click on
As a self-proclaimed beverage girl, if there is a new Dunkin' drink on the menu, I will be getting it and trying it. And they just released their new zero sugar energy drink. So what else would I be drinking this afternoon?
Cool. So we're going to reverse engineer that ad for our product. So I'm going to drag and drop it into this ad analyzer, and it's going to analyze the full script, and it's going to give us everything we need to reverse engineer it. And you guys are going to see how insane this is. And boom. Now it's completed analyzing, and it's given me a hook scorecard to see how good this ad is. It's not the best ad, but we're going to be using it for this video. Analyst's notes, the transcript, and a reverse engineered prompt. So I'm going to go ahead and send that to my scripts, and it's going to save that to my script bank. So if I go to my bank and scripts, there we go. It saved it there. But now in scripts, I'm going to go ahead and select on my product, and if I wanted to, I could edit any of the details, but obviously we've already got that. I can change this offer over here to $39.49 for a 60 count bottle as my offer, whatever. And then yeah, you can add additional context so you can focus on specific things. But for this, let's just click on generate 3 script variations. And now what it's going to do, it's going to take our script that we found from the proven ad, and it's going to remix it for our video. And just like that, it's generated our script with Claude underneath the hood. So if I was doing this manually, I would have to go to Claude, generate a script, then come back. You guys can read through those scripts if you want, but I'm not going to because I already know they're fantastic. So I'm going to go and click on send to voiceovers, because now we've done the reverse engineering part, we've done the script part, and now we have to generate a voiceover. So the script's already loaded in there from before. I'm going to click on the voice, being Brittany, so I like how she sounds, and then I'm going to click on generate voiceover. And this is super easy, guys, and this uses ElevenLabs. Like, these UGC ads used to be such a pain to make in the past, but this agentic OS has just made it 1,000 times quicker and easier. And there you go, it's generated. Let's give it a listen.
As someone who is constantly burnt out, if I have to swallow one more giant, chalky multivitamin, I think I'm going to lose it. But I just switched to this premium gummy and adaptogen blend, so what else would I be taking to start my morning?
Bang, now we're done. So I'm going to save that. Great, so now that we've got the voiceover, the final step I've got to do is generate the B-roll, which what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the B-roll tab. I'm going to click on product, enter my product, click on character, enter the character I like, and I can pick anyone from my bank. Let's just pick on Avi, right? Script, I'm going to pick on this one, which is the one we just generated. And then I'm going to go and generate B-roll prompt. And now for every single line of my script, it's going to generate different B-roll scenes, which I can generate images for and then animate the ones I like. Bang, so now it's just generated all the B-roll prompts for me. And if I click into one of them, I can see the prompt and which reference image it's going to use for it. And then I could individually just generate them if I want. But because this is an agentic OS and it can do multiple things at once, I'm literally going to go ahead and click on generate all images, select my image model I want to use, which I like Nano Banana for generating B-roll, and it costs 224 credits. Cool. I'm going to generate all the B-roll images for the entire script. And as you can see, it's generating all the start frames for all the B-roll shots. I mean, this is pretty insane, guys. And as you can see, they're rolling in, and bang, it's just generated a bunch of them. Some failed because I was being rate limited because I've been generating so many images all day. But now I'm going to go into these images, and I'm just going to click on the button animate B-roll, and I'm going to select my model. I can even pick something like Via 3.1 Lite, and I'll still get an amazing result. And I'm going to animate the still image into video clips for the frames I like. That way I didn't have to waste money generating videos that may not turn out. I can actually see if it's going to be good or not. So I'm going to click on animate, and boom, now it's going to animate that. And I'm going to go ahead and do this for the rest of the script so that I can take the clips and edit them in CapCut. Great, so now I've animated a bunch of the still images. So if I hover over it, I can see it play. But if I click into it and click on play.
As someone who is constantly burnt out, if I have to swallow one more giant, chalky multivitamin, I think I'm going to lose it. As someone who is constantly...
Yeah, some more B-roll. I can hover over the ones I've animated and it looks pretty good. So now I can take off B-roll And the last thing to do is edit it in CapCut. So I'll go ahead and do that, and then we'll watch the final clip together. Okay, so I just finished stitching it together in CapCut, so I can tick this off. And let's go ahead and watch the full thing together.
As someone who is constantly burnt out, if I have to swallow one more giant chalky multivitamin, I think I'm gonna lose it. But I just switched to this premium gummy and adaptogen blend, so what else would I be taking to start my morning?
The natural fruit flavor is the perfect amount of sweetness, but it also gives me a mood boost without any caffeine.
If you are also a busy professional and you want a wellness routine you actually look forward to, start your journey today.
Great, so as you can tell, it's not the most perfect ad in the world because we did use some of the cheaper models, but it's pretty great. And this technology is the worst it will ever be and is always improving. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. If I had one complaint, it would be that the voiceover was different to the way she spoke in the dialogue clips, but that's an easy fix because you either have to go all in on the dialogue clips or you have to just go all in on putting the B-roll clips over voiceover, if you understand what I'm saying. Also, there's one thing worth noting is that I use kie.ai to power this entire thing, and it means that I'm able to generate videos and images and everything AI powered in this app for up to 80% cheaper. And it's also pay as you go, so when the month ends, you don't automatically lose all your credits, like you keep your credits forever. So you only have to buy how much you spend. So that's on the pricing side of things. But otherwise, if you guys want this UGC OS, you can get that in my school community down below. I will be dropping a lot more content in the coming days. And yeah, see you guys in the next one. Peace.